Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the Legacy of Cthulhu or Cthulhu. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this tabletop RPG that you can play solo, cooperatively, or as a traditional RPG experience, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time I'm going to talk about the late game, the cities section, the bestiary, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this RPG. Let's start with the situation at the late game. In the Legacy of Cthulhu, survivors learn from their mistakes and successes, becoming more powerful over time. With each passing day, survivors gain more experience points to eventually spend them to increase their statistics, acquire new skills, or learn more spells. The math is simple. Each passing day grants the character one experience point. In addition to that, important events also grant experience to survivors. As soon as you acquire the necessary amount of experience points, you can spend them to increase a specific stat by 1. You could also get a new skill or learn a new spell. With knowledge, time, and resources, it is possible to build or upgrade any item in the game and expand and improve shelters. You have all of the details concerning constructing or building equipment, increasing space in a shelter, upgrading the shelter overall, increasing the technology. When it comes to vehicles, you can build vehicles and upgrade them as well. The same applies to weapons and armor. There are also special upgrades such as automatic firing, blank cartridge, the Dragon's Breath ammo. It's important to note that Legacy of Cthulhu doesn't have a strict ending. You can play as long as you want, until your character's demise perhaps. Or if you want things to continue, just create another character. This is all about the unfolding experience of the characters, what they go through in this bleak setting dominated by the great old ones. So it feels a bit like a Second Life sort of game. You could play this every week, once or twice a month, it all depends on what you are looking for. Following all of that, you have a gameplay example. It is quite instructive. It feels a bit like a session report of sorts, leading you step by step on how to run things. And then you have the cities section. These are pretty much pre-made scenarios based on famous locations, real or not, featuring unique backstories, important characters, special rules. In order to avoid spoilers, suffice to say, you could visit places such as Arkham, Dunwich, Innsmouth, but also Tokyo or New York. They each come with their own unique challenges and dangers. When it comes to the enemies or the bestiary section, you find what you would expect in a Mythos RPG. There are some common enemies such as animals, cultists, dark priests, but then things become a bit weirder, with elementals, ghosts, psychos, hybrids, undead, abyssal spawns, the Vyaki, Dagon and Hydra, ghasts, and a selection of great old ones such as Cthulhu himself. You obviously want to avoid these entities. And this concludes my review of Legacy of Cthulhu. What do I think about it? It is excellent. The only major challenge is that if you play it co-op, I highly recommend that you have a partial or semi-game master to adjudicate or interpret the different results from the tables, the situations, the context. Otherwise, the participants are going to fall into a conversation discussing the different interpretations, their ideas, and the horror is going to die. The immersion will be lost. Perhaps you could take turns. Someone could be the semi or partial game master for a particular section of the scenario or for the entire session. But everything else is perfect. You have a good balance between roleplay and game. The character creation and task resolution systems are quite simple. They are fast. They apply perfectly to any situation that you could encounter. The survivors that you play as feel capable enough, but at the same time fragile. And the monsters are deadly. Only the most average of creatures, such as animals, cultists, perhaps psychos, they feel a bit more tolerable when it comes to survivability. but all of the other weirder entities, you usually want to stay away from those, far, far away. And because of the theme, this is not a game for those that are faint of heart. This is a bleak setting and there is no hope. This is all about surviving as much as you can. There is not going to be a turnabout or a turnaround. You're not going to be rescuing this particular world from the great old ones. It's just about surviving another day. And there are so many tables. Taking into account the combination of the results within the tables, the context, the interactions, you can run this game all of your life and it's still going to feel unique, new, fresh, mysterious, deadly. So, my highest recommendation for the Legacy of Cthulhu. Thank you for watching this review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. This has been Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.